Ready? All right, good afternoon, Wildcat fans. We're back. Our second game of the day for the tournament against Lakeville South, our District 8 rival. All right, Eagan gets the draw. Puck gets tied up. Will trips Jackson. Luckily, no penalty on that. Lakeville South brings it in. They dump it, lose control. Oliver's there. Ooh, dangerous pass right in front of the net. Jackson's able to get it up to Otto. Otto gets it to Jackson. Jackson passes up to Will. Will's got one guy to beat. He gets around him. Shot off the side of the net. Otto races in. They're still trying to keep it in the zone, but Lakeville South gets it out. They're making a move. Good pass over there. Riley has it. High shot. Aller moves it up. He gets it to Will. Will takes it into the zone. Tries to just take a big shot down into the corner so he can get off on a line change. Lou and Hank down there. Soren steps forward. Good job keeping it in play, but it does go out. Hank's on his guy. Puck gets deflected. Lakeville has it, bringing it into the zone. Good job by Hank to get on his guy. Ties him up at the boards. He falls down. Puck's loose. Good blocker save by Dixon. Centering pass right to the front. Another good save. Eagan needs to hurry. Lou has it. We got a 3-on-2. Lou has it. Brings it into the zone. Takes it out to the side. Tries to make a centering pass, but the pass gets deflected. Lakeville brings it in and snipes it in the low corner. So Lakeville is going to take the lead, 1-0. All right, we got a little bit of a line switch up. Grant has moved up to play center today. We got Oliver playing D. So Grant was in on the draw. He goes after the puck. Rowan goes in to help. And they just chip it off to the outside. Oliver steps forward. Will gets it. He keeps it in the zone. Chips it down into the middle. Will battling hard for it. He gets knocked down. Passes it over to the middle to Rowan. Rowan's able to keep control of it. Gets it tied up on the boards. Lakeville South gets it. Good effort there by Will to get the puck loose. And Lakeville South has it. They're moving it out of the zone. Good job by Oliver there to pinch his guy, and he just chips it down into the corner. Riley's there. She makes a nice spin move. Still battling there. Hard on the puck. Will has it. He's able to dump it out of the zone. They're battling for the blue line, but Lakeville is able to get it in. He goes down into the corner, loses control, but he gets it back. He passes it, but Grant's there to get control of the puck. Grant tries to get it up to Rowan. He does. Rowan gets it to Will. Will's got one guy to beat. He gets around him. Good job there, though. He has to peel off. Nice pass over there to Jackson. Jackson brings it down into the corner. He gets tied up, but he gets the puck back. And Lakeville has it. Hank moves up. And Soren's able just to knock it back down. Hank goes hard into the corner. Jackson moves in. He gets the puck. Tries to get it back to Hank, but he loses control. And Lakeville brings it into the zone. Good job there by Colton. Gets a stick on it, bodies his guy. And they keep control. Jackson there, swoops it and gets it. He gets it up to Hank. Hank's moving. He gets around one guy. Makes a nice move. Otto's got to hold up. Barely stays on side. Hank takes a big shot. Just goes high. Otto rushes down behind the net. They whip it around the corner. Lou steps in. Ties his guy up, but it goes out of the zone, so Egan's going to have to regroup. Colton passes it over to Soren. Soren dumps it in. Goes behind the net. Lou races forward. Lakeville player whiffs on it. Colton steps forward to try to keep it in the zone. And the puck's loose. Puck goes over the side. Soren's there to get it. Good job pinching his guy. Colton gets tied up. Lakeville has it. Ooh. They try to make a centering pass. It gets tied up. Will's going to have it. Will's rushing forward. He's not all by himself. He's got three people. Tries to dump it to Joey, but Joey can't get his handle on it. He wasn't ready for it. Good job by Grant. Grant stays on the puck. He gets it back. He's going to bring it into the zone, but he gets tied up. Try to dump it forward, unable to get it. Good job by Riley there to race back and get it. Grant has it. He makes a move. And they're offsides. All right, 7:17 left in the first period. Lakeville South up by 1. Rowan, Grant, and Will out there with Riley and Oliver at D. Lakeville wins the draw. Takes a big shot down there. The Lakeville player's ready, but great job by Riley back checking and getting back there. They bring it around. Tries to make a centering pass, but gets deflected by Grant. Still battling for it. Oliver has it. He gets it up to Will. Will's going to have one guy to beat if he hurries. Good defensive play by Lakeville, but he falls down. Whoa. Grant completely gets laid out. That would have been a penalty in the last game, the way those penalties were going, but not here. Will has it, passes it back to Riley. Riley gets it. She's looking for Rowan. Rowan's not able to keep his handle on it. And Lakeville brings it into the zone. They're all by themselves, so easy save for Dixon. Oliver has it behind the net. He kind of loses the puck there, though. He races over. Looks like he's going to hopefully get it back, but he gets his guy tied up. Grant sweeps in to help. He gets it up to Will. Will tries to get it over to Rowan, but goes way high. Nope, they wave off the icing. Eagan gets a full line change in. Lakeville brings it in. A good centering pass. He gets around one guy, but Colton's there. Great job by Colton. Colton gets it up to Otto. Otto gets a stick on it, so it won't be icing. Jackson races down to the corner to get it. He's got Hank in the middle. Oh, Hank's there, just not ready. Wasn't able to get a stick on it. Colton does a good job keeping it in. He gets to Hank. Hank tries to chip it over to Jackson. Jackson has it. He's in the corner. He's got Soren up front. Soren takes a nice step. Oh, shoots just high. And they blew a whistle on something. I'm not sure what the whistle was for. All right. Jackson steps in with Hank and Otto. Jackson on the draw. Tries to get it over to Otto, but Otto gets tied up. Lakeville South brings it up out of the zone. Tries to make a centering pass, but that just goes straight to Colton. Colton dumps it over to Otto. Otto tips it forward, but Lakeville gets it back. Make a centering or pass off the boards there. Tries to get it. Colton tries to get it up to Hank, but good stick by Lakeville, and he gets it deflected. They race in. Puck still loose. Got to get it out of there. Puck goes behind the net. Colton goes in to get the guy. He gets the stick on it. He's able to chip it up out of the zone, so Lakeville's going to have to regroup. Jackson steps forward. Colton has it. Again, he tries to get it up to Hank, unable to do so, and Lakeville just jumps it back down. Lakeville player made a move. Soren's stick was just out there, and he skated over his stick, but that's going to be a trip on Soren. All right, so Eagan goes back in the box. Penalty kill. Lou on the draw. Lakeville gets it back. They take it back to the D-man. Easy save for Dixon. All right, Lou back on the draw. He gets his guy tied up. Lakeville North gets it. They bring it into the zone. Will gets a stick on it, knocks it away. Riley has it. Riley tries to chip it up out of the zone. It just goes up to the blue line, though. He's going to take a big shot. And again, glove saved by Dixon. All right, Lou again on the draw. He gets this one. He gets it back to Riley. Riley dumps it forward, goes right to the D-man. He chips it forward, way offside. And Joey has it. Joey just needs to try to get it up out of the zone, but they're not able to do so. But it's loose, and now he does get it out of the zone. Good job chipping it forward, but he wasn't far enough, and that's going to be icing, though. All right, and that is going to bring out Hank, Oliver, Rowan, and Grant. Grant moves in for the draw. Grant gets it. Gets tied up with this guy on the board, but he gets it back. Grant gets it. He's skating around the net, looking for someone to pass it up to. Just chucks it up the boards, trying to get it out of the zone, but they're unable to do so. Lakeville gets it. They take it to the middle, try to make a centering pass. Rowan gets a stick on it. The puck's loose. Everybody's body's falling. And Grant's able to just chip it up out of the zone, so Lakeville's going to have to regroup. Penalty's over. Egan's back at full strength. And Hank has it. He makes a move around one guy, gets up to Rowan. Rowan's able to get a stick on it, so that's not going to be icing. They bring it down into the zone. Lakeville has it. Nice pass over to the side. Grant steps forward. They lose their stick on it, and Oliver just chips it up out of the zone. Kind of a mid-ice collision there. And now they're going to get Grant on a trip. Egan's got to do a better job of staying out of the box. We've been taking a lot of penalties this tournament. Elliot, what do you think about everything?
We're playing a lot better. Like last game, we sucked, but
That's not very nice to say.
well, we didn't play good at all.
All right, so Will's moving in for the draw. He gets it back to Colton. Colton has it. He brings it behind the net. He chips it around to the side to Otto. Otto has it. He just gets it out of the zone. Will races forward. He's by himself, though, and Lakeville South gets it back. They bring it into the zone. He takes a big shot. Saved by Dixon. All right, 2:59 left in the first. 44 seconds left on this penalty kill. Will going in for another draw. He gets it over to Otto. Otto tries to chip it back, but it goes right to the D-man. Puck goes over to the side. Will's there. He gets a stick on it, gets him tied up. Good save by Dixon. Puck's still loose. They got to get it out of there. Good job by Otto. Puck's still loose. Saved by Dixon. Good job by Dixon there. All right, Will going in for the draw. Gets tied up, knocks it over the side. He gets it back. He passes it up to Otto. Otto tries to get it out of the zone. He's able to end up chipping it up. Lakeville passes it forward, gets it back. Almost goes out of the zone. We're unable to do it, but Otto gets it with the stick. Will going forward. Lakeville has it. They stop. They try to chip it up. Puck's there. Good job by Otto to get his body on the guy. He gets tripped. No call. Will has it. He gets around one guy. And Otto takes him down. He's got to be careful. He's going to get a retaliation penalty there. And getting a little sloppy. Big shot just to get it down into the zone. Colton's there. He tries to get it up to Will. Will has it. He gets around one guy. He's got two guys to beat, though. He's going to take it into the middle. He takes it far out to the outside. He's got Jackson there. Tries to make a move, but Will didn't see him. All right, Lakeville has it. They're bringing it up out of the zone again. But Jackson swoops in. He has it. Tries to chip it up. Riley has it, so we get a line change in here. Hank gets it over, or Lou gets it over to Hank. Lou's got to get back on side. Passes over to Joey to regroup. Joey tries to get it over to Oliver, but he can't get a stick on it. Good stick there by Joey. Lou steps forward. He gets it out of the zone. Hank rushes forward, but he's not able to get a stick on it. Puck's still loose. And a good dodge there by Coach Pecor. Almost took his head off. All right, so 56 seconds left in this first period. Elliot, what do you think? What do you think Eagan needs to do to get back get back on top here?
Catch passes.
All right, more passes. All right, Oliver has it. Tries to make a short pass, goes right to the Lakeville player. Everybody's tied up here. He tries to get it up to Hank. Hanks tries to get control of it, unable to do so. Puck's still loose. Oliver has it. He gets it back to Lou. Lou gets it up to Hank. Hank tries to get it up to Joey, but Joey at least is able to get it out of the zone. Lakeville does a good job getting back on side. Shot right at Dixon. All right, Grant moves in on the draw. He wins it. He gets it over to Soren. Soren tries to chip it up out of the zone, unable to do so. Lakeville just takes it right back down. Puck goes behind the net. Colton goes after it. Lakeville has it. Nice little dump pass back behind the net again. They're looking for a centering pass. Grant's on him, though, and a good job by Soren. Grant has it. He's got Will. Gets it over to Will. Will tries to chip it up to Rowan, but Rowan wasn't ready for it. And that's going to be the end of the period. All right, so after one, Lakeville's up 1-0. We're going to keep at this. Eagan's got to do a better job of staying out of the box. We can't be pulling 2-3 penalties a period. That's not going to be a recipe for success. So we will be back here shortly unless Elliot, what do you think the keys to the second period for the Eagan Wildcats are?
They need to catch the passes, not let them take the passes, and they need to dangle more and they need to hit the net.
All right. Well, we'll be back here in a minute. All right, we're back. Grant steps in. He wins the draw, gets it back to Colton. Colton passes it over to Soren. Soren gets it up to Rowan. Rowan passes it over to the middle, but it gets deflected. But Grant's there. He's able to keep it into the zone. Brings it over to the side. He gets tied up. Tries to make a centering pass, but he still gets tied up. He's there, takes a shot, gets deflected. They shoot it over to the side. Good job by Colton to step up, and he's still there. He moves over. He's got Grant in the middle. Tries to dump it over to him, but there's too many Lakeville players, and they dump it over to the side. Trying to bring it up. Soren steps forward. The player gets around him. Good stick there by Will. Rowan has the puck. Tries to get around one guy, but ends up passing it or getting it taken away by a Lakeville player. Goes to Colton. Colton gets it over to Rowan. Rowan makes a pass over to Grant, but it bounces off of his skate. He's not able to get it, but Will has it. Will's there. He's got a couple guys to beat. He gets around one, makes another nice move. Oh, but Lakeville gets their stick on it. Lakeville bringing his own. Will's there. He's got it. He's going to have one guy to beat. Tries to make a nice move, gets it back. Makes a spin move, tries to make a centering pass, and the Lakeville goalie gloves it. All right, Jackson moves in on the draw. He gets it over to Otto. Otto dumps it back to Riley. Riley dumps it back down, but it gets stopped by the Lakeville player, and they're able to get it up out of the zone. Tries to pass the middle, but the guy gets tied up. He takes a shot. Dixon deflects it over into the corner. Lakeville still has it. Oliver's there. He gets his guy tied up, and Jackson's there for the assist, but Lakeville still has it. Nice pass to the middle. Puck's loose all over the place, and Riley ends up getting it back. She brings it behind the net. She tries to get it up to Otto, but it gets tied up by a Lakeville player, and Otto has it tied up on the boards. Lakeville gets it. He gets around one guy, but Riley's there. Good stick by Riley, and Dixon covers. All right, and that's going to bring out Lou, Hank, and Will. Colton and Soren on the D pair. Lou wins the draw. He gets it back to Soren. Soren whips it around the corner. Lakeville has it, though. They bring it around one, gets deflected. Another deflection, but Will has it. He dumps it over to Lou. Lou can't keep control over it, though, and Lakeville has it back again. Takes a shot, bounces right off of Soren. Tries to make a backhand, and it goes wide. Lakeville has it again. Lou and Colton, they're battling behind the net. Lou has it. Colton has it. He gets taken down. And Lou steps in again, ties this guy up. Soren goes in for the assist, still battling for it. And Lou gets it. Lou gets around one guy. He tries to dump it over, but he gets tripped. They dump to the middle. Soren has it. He chips it forward, doesn't able to get it out of the zone. Joey goes after him, but he falls down. And Soren has it. Tries to get it up to Will. Will has it. Will gets it around one guy. Trying to get around the next guy. He does. He's got Grant wide open. Grant tries to pass it back again. Oh, Will shoots it off the back of the goalie, but it doesn't go far enough. And they weren't able to deflect it in. Good passing there by Eagan, but it's not able to close on it. Grant has it. He brings it in. Tries to get it over to Hank. Hank gets tied up on the boards. He still has it, though. They're still tied up, trying to get it out, and they're able to do so. Good job by Riley there. She gets taken down by the Lakeville player. He makes a move, but Oliver gets it. Oliver gets it up to Hank. Hank's got his stick on it. He tries to get it to Rowan, but Rowan wasn't there for it. Puck goes in the corner. They whip it around. Tries to bring it up. Oliver does a good job. Kicks it over there. They grab his stick. And it goes out of the zone, but Riley's there. Riley has it. She tries to get it up to Rowan, but it gets taken away. And Lakeville's bringing it in. They make one pass, but it goes right to Hank. Hank dumps it out of the zone. Not going to go far enough, so it won't be icing. Oliver goes off on a line change. Colton's in there to stop him. Hank's got the puck tied up on the boards. They're still tied up. Hank gets it. He takes it in slow. He tries to make a pass over to Grant, but it gets deflected. Colton races back to get it. He's got got Soren. Soren passes it up to Grant. Grant makes a move. He's got a look. He's got Will. Will has it. He gets around one guy, tries to get another, but he gets tied up. Puck goes over to the corner. Colton races forward to get it in, and Jackson has it, and he dumps it back down. But puck goes out, and it's going to be on net, so it won't be icing. Dixon kicks it over to Soren. Soren tries to get it up and out of the zone, but he's unable to do so. But Jackson's there with the puck. He makes a move. Tries to get it up to Otto. Otto deflects it. Not able to. Well, it does get it out of the zone, so they call icing on it. 6:57 left in the second period. Eagan, Otto gets the puck. He's bringing it into the zone. He gets tied up, but he's able to dump it down. They whip it around the boards. Will goes in there. He gets the puck deflected. Oliver goes in for a slap shot, runs into the guy, is not able to get it off. And Lakeville brings it into the zone, takes a big shot, goes right off of Riley. Oliver has it. He brings it around the net, makes a spin move, goes around to the other side. He gets it up to Otto. Otto tries to pass it over to Jackson, but unsuccessful, but he does at least get it out of the zone. Lakeville has it, gets it. Will makes a move. He gets it back. Good stick there by Lakeville. Riley passes it back to Will. Will falls down. They're all getting tied up on the boards. And good job there by Lou. He gets it back to Oliver. Oliver passes it over to Riley. Riley gets to Otto, and Otto gets it back to Will. Will gets it in the middle. Takes it to the outside. He's tied up. He tries to get it back to Riley, but Lakeville has it. So they're bringing it into the zone. Lakeville's got numbers. Good job by Colton there. Gets a stick on it, pushes it over to the side. Gets it over there. Will tries to get it out, unable to. Gets it up to the blue line. They take a big shot. Easy save for Dixon with the leg pad. Riley chips it forward. That one does go out. Joey's hustling back, trying to get there first. He gets pinched over in the board, so good job by their defender. And they're calling something. Interference? What's that? Yeah, I'm guessing interference on Lakeville. All right, so that gives Eagan a power play. Grant steps in with Rowan, Soren, Colton, and I think Hank. Grant on the draw. They get it back to Soren. Soren takes a shot wide. Puck gets tied up. Try to get it out of the zone. Soren steps forward, but it goes loose, but Colton's there to get it. Colton gets around one guy. He passes it up to Grant. Grant has it. He's got Rowan to the side, but didn't see him. Hank has it on the side. He tries to chip it over to Rowan, but again, unsuccessful, and Grant's going to go in for another trip. So now we're going to be playing some 4-on-4 hockey for the next 26 seconds. Again, Eagan getting a lot of sloppy penalties. So 4-on-4, Otto, Will, Riley, Jackson. Jackson takes the draw. He steps in. He gets it back to William. William just dumps it up out of the zone. Not going to be far enough to do anything. Lakeville has it. They bring it in the zone. Makes a nice move to the outside. Shot. Glove saved by Dixon. All right, 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then Lakeville will have a power play for about 44 seconds. Jackson on the draw. Chips it over to Lakeville. Dixon makes a save. Will has it. He goes around the net. Nice job getting it over to Jackson. Jackson taking it up, bringing it out of the zone. He makes one move. Gets past the red line, just dumps it down in there in the middle. Otto races forward, gets it to Riley. Riley gets it to Jackson. Jackson gets tied up, so he's unable to get a shot off. And Lakeville chips it up. Ooh. Riley goes in after. She gets a hard shoulder thrown at her. She goes down, but she gets back up. Now she's got the puck. She's racing forward. She makes one move, gets past the guy, goes to the next, gets past the next guy. She's looking for someone to pass to, but makes the pass, and it's a deflection. Lakeville throws it down, tries to make a quick outlet pass, but it's going to be icing. So that'll give Eagan a chance to get a line change in. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. The penalties are over. Lou steps in for the draw. Gets it. Puck gets tied up in the circle. They get it back to Hank. Hank gets it back to Soren. Soren just dumps it down into the corner. Goes behind the net. Hank steps forward. He gets his guy tied up. Still battling for it. Still tied up. Lou steps forward, and good job by Colton there to keep it in the zone. Puck goes in the corner. Hank races forward. He gets control of the puck. Tries to pass it to the center. No one's there. Puck goes over to the side. Good stick by Lou there to deflect it. Still battling for it. Goes back. Soren has it. He tries to chip it forward. Goes back into the offensive zone, but it's out. Lakeville has it in the neutral zone. They pass it up, and it goes down, but Soren's going to be there. He whips it up to Joey. Joey's able to tap it out of the zone. Lakeville's going to regroup. They do a hard pass, not able to connect on it. Go forward, and Colton has it. He gets it up to Hank. Hank can't keep control over it. Lakeville gets it back, and they just chip it down into the zone, but Colton's there. Colton's got to get his head up. He had Joey open. Joey has it. He tries to make just a little chip pass to get it out, but good job by the Lakeville player to step forward and get it in. Lou has it. Tries to get it to Hank, but Lakeville's there again. Lakeville doing a good job with their sticks, keeping stuff in the zone. Colton steps forward. They get tied up. Colton still has it. He's able to get it up to Hank. Hank's looking for someone to pass to. No one there. Gets deflected. Lakeville has it. He makes one move around guy, makes a shot. Dixon makes a save, and he gets it back. Colton has it. Hank's just trying to get it out of the zone. Still unable to do so. Good job by Lakeville. And they're still battling for the puck. Puck's loose. They're just trying to chip it forward, and Dixon's going to cover. Elliot, what do you think so far of the second period?
This is my first time seeing something in the second period.
All right. All right, Grant in on the draw. Lakeville gets it. Grant gets it back. He's got Rowan to the outside, but the Lakeville player was sitting there just waiting for that pass. They dump it back behind the net. Oliver steps forward. He has it. Tries to get it up to Grant. The Lakeville player falls down. Kicks off Will's skate. Riley gets it back. And she tries to dump it up out of the zone. Lakeville gets it. Nice pass over there to the outside. He's not able to control it there. Oliver steps forward. Wow. He literally just makes a shot to whip it in. I don't think Dixon was expecting it, and bounced off the cross or the post and just went right behind the line. So a little puck luck on that one, but sometimes that's all you need. All right, Jackson on the draw. He gets it. Lakeville bringing it in. Nice shot, pass, great save by Dixon, and they're not able to get the deflection. Lakeville brings it in again, but they're offsides. All right, Eagan needs to make something happen here. They need to get fired up, so... All right, Will's going to come in. So Jackson, Will, and Otto. Lakeville gets it. Colton has it. He gets it over to Will. Will tries to get it up to Jackson. Jackson can't keep a stick on it. They take a big shot, goes to the side. Colton has it. He makes a spin move, passes it up to Will. Will has it. He tries to chip it over to Jackson, but it gets deflected and goes out of the zone. Lakeville dumps it down. Soren knocks it down with his glove, but goes right to a Lakeville player. He takes a shot right on Dixon. Dixon makes a save. All right, so 23 seconds left here in the second period. Lakeville up 2-0. Lou in on the draw. Gets up. Lakeville gets control of it. They dump it back down, but Oliver's there. Oliver tries to chip it up out of the zone. Lou has it. Puck gets still loose. Lakeville gets it. Body's still all kind of flying around and sticks. He shoots it wide. And they get tied up in the corner. Oliver's got his guy. Lou goes into assist, and that's the end of the period. So far, it's been a pretty even game. Said they got Lakeville came off with the first goal, and the last goal, a little puck luck helped them out. So hopefully Eagan can turn it on here in the third and get back in this game. All right, beginning of the third period. Lou, Joey, and Will out there with Soren and Colton. Lakeville wins the draw. Nice D-to-D pass there. Make a centering pass. Will gets a stick on it, so it gets tied up. Good job by Lou there. Will tries to make a move forward. He falls down, but Joey has it. Joey's going to bring it into the zone. He gets pinched into the boards. Gets shot over to the middle, and Lou races in. Puck flying all over the place. Colton goes in to get it behind the net. Still gets tied up. Lou's there. He gets around Joey. They make a pass. Will tries to get a stick on it. Good blocker save by Dixon. Another good save by Dixon. Now Soren has it. He chips it up out of the zone. Egan's going to go in for a line change. And Lakeville has it. They're bringing it up out of the zone. Makes a centering pass. Hank's there. Rowan gets the puck. He gets pinched over. Hank's there. He gets his guy on the boards. And Grant's there. He's got Rowan over there to the side. He takes a big shot. Gets deflected. Oh, centering pass to Hank, but Hank couldn't hold on to it. Good pass by Grant. That looked like the Lakeville player just lost an edge and fell down, but they're giving Riley a trip on that. And Eagan going to the box yet again. I think we've gotten more penalties in the last 3 games than we've gotten in the last month. All right, Grant goes in for the draw. He tries to kick it back. Oliver gets a stick on it. They try to chip it up out of the zone, goes to the D-man. He tries to get it over to the other D-man, but misses the pass. And Hank has it. Hank makes a move, tries to get around one guy. He does, tries to make a centering pass, but the puck gets deflected. They race over into the corner. Grant steps forward, keeps it in the zone. He's got it. He makes a shot, whiffs on it, but Hank has it, and Hank can't get his stick because he got tied up. Lakeville racing down there hard. Oliver's got to get a good back check on there, but he's not able to beat him. Puck gets up to the center. Hank has it. He tries to get it over to Rowan. Oliver got his stick on it, though, and deflected it. They bring it back into the zone. Great save by Dixon. Puck still loose. Grant has it. He gets it up to Will. Will's got one guy to get around, can't do it. So he bounces it up off the board, gets it out of the zone. So Lakeville has to regroup. Try to make a centering pass, but unable to do so. Good job there by Grant. Gets behind the boards. Pass it up to Will. Will gets it up to Otto. Otto takes it to the outside. He gets tied up with this guy. They go down. Puck still loose. Tries to get it up to Will. Bounces off the skate. Lakeville has it. They get it out of the zone, but it goes to Colton. Egan's going to regroup. Colton passes over to Soren. Ooh. And they're going to... Oh. So delayed penalty here. They get it up to Jackson. Jackson gets around one guy. He gets it up to Otto. Otto gets it over to Will. Will tries to get it over to Hank. Hank has it. He tries to get it back to Will. They're out of the zone. That's going to be offsides. All right, so Eagan on the power play. They were offside, so I don't know why we're getting an offensive zone face. Oh, we got the penalty. So offensive zone draw. Jackson wins it. He gets it back to Soren. Soren takes a big shot. It gets deflected. Goes over to the side. Try to chip it up out of the zone. They're able to do so. It's going to go back. And that's not going to be icing. So Soren gets the puck. He gets tied up by his guy. Gets driven into the boards. No call. Colton has it. Will's racing forward. Colton brings it into the zone. He falls down, but Otto's there. Otto gets, they get a little poke check on there. Loses it. He gets it back to Colton. Colton spins around. He's looking for someone to get it to. Makes another nifty move. Passes it back to Soren. Soren tries to, oh, my God. Soren takes a shot, gets deflected. Jackson's just not able to get his stick on it. Colton's up at the blue line, or Otto is. He's trying to get in, but he's got to wait for people to reset. So Will has it. Will's bringing it up out of the zone. He gets around one guy, gets a stick on it, still battling for it. Otto's there. He gets it over to Jack. There we go, and we score. There we go, 2-1 Eagan. Eagan needed that goal. Whole team celebration. All right, so 7:24. That gives Eagan a little bit of life. Lakeville up 2-1. All right, Lou on the draw. He gets it. He passes it back to Oliver. Oliver gets it to Riley. Riley gets it up. Riley gets it up to Joey, but Joey loses control, and they get it up out of the zone. And they take a big shot, saved by Dixon. All right, Lou goes in for the draw. Hank and Oliver out there with Riley and Joey. Hank steps forward. Lou has it. He gets it back to Hank. Hank's looking for someone to pass to, but the Lakeville player sneaks in and gets the puck. Gets it back to the blue line. Hank lucky he didn't get a trip there. Puck's still loose. Lakeville has it. They're looking for someone to pass to. Goes wide, goes off the boards, and they just dump it down to the middle. And Eagan going to the box again. All right, so Grant, Rowan, Colton, and Will. Lakeville gets the draw. They get it back to the D-man. They take a shot. Deflects off, goes back behind the net. Soren drops the stick, but he gets it back. They pass it behind the net. Still looking for a shot. Deflects off the player. Makes another shot in a deflection. Grant tries to just chip it up out of the zone. He's able to do so. Rowan tries to get his stick on it, but he's not able to hold on to it. Grant steps forward. He's able to chip it up out of the zone. That shouldn't be icing. It's not. Lakeville on it. He tries to get it up to Rowan. Rowan deflects it. He skates around. Does a good job just dumping it back into the zone. 14 seconds left on the penalty. Will has it. He gets around one guy. Gets around another guy. He's getting all tied up. And Lakeville has it. Colton's back there. Good shot. Saved by Dixon. All right, so the penalty's over, so we're back to full strength. 5:37 left in the second period. Jackson steps in for the draw. He gets it over to Oliver. Oliver spins around. He tries to get it up to Will, but they're not able to connect. Goes up to the D-man. He dumps it back into the corner. Oliver has it again. Again, gets it up to William. William, nice little pass over to Jackson. Jackson has it. He's bringing it into the zone. Tries to get around one guy, unable to do so. But Will steps in. He tries to get around somebody. He's there. Tries to do a big backhand save by the goalie. All right, Jackson in on the draw. Gets tied up. Otto races in. He tries to get it up out of the zone, but it goes to Riley. Riley dumps it back in, but Lakeville's there. Lakeville has it, bringing it into the zone. Makes a move around one. He tries to make a centering pass, but Will's got his guy tied up. Will gets the puck. Will has it. He gets around one guy. They're all racing towards the pinch. He tries to dump it over to Jackson. Lakeville has it. Still trying to, they push it forward, but Colton's going to be there to get the puck. Well, good job there by Lakeville by not giving up. They keep it on there. They spin around. Puck's still there. He tries to make a centering pass. He gets it over to Jackson. Jackson gets it behind the line. Tries to get around one guy. He does. Tries to make a centering pass. Nobody's there. Hank rushes forward behind the net. Try to tie his guy up, but Joey's there. Colton steps forward to keep it into the zone. Joey dumps it down into the corner. Hank steps forward. Joey has it. He takes a big shot. Saved by the goalie. Four minutes left. Third period. 2-1 Lakeville. Lou, Joey, Will, Oliver, and Riley. Lou gets the draw. Will passes it back to Oliver. Oliver dumps it to the middle. No one's there, and they're able to get it up out of the zone. Oliver's got to hurry up there. Good job by Riley. They make a centering pass, just goes too wide. They get that puck back, but Lou's there. Lou intercepts it. He's skating. He gets around one guy, gets dragged down. Lakeville makes a big shot, goes around the boards. Joey tries to chip it up. He gets it to Lou. Lou's bringing it forward. He gets it to Will. Will's got one guy to beat. Goes hard around him. Good job by the Lakeville defender. Will tries to chip. Will try to do a centering pass, but it gets deflected. Great job by Colton there. Keep pushing this guy to the outside. They try to make a centering pass. They don't connect. It goes to Joey. Joey has it. He just needs to get it up out of the zone at this point, and he can't do it. Goes down. Colton's going to get it. Colton's there. He tries to chip it up forward. Unable to do so. And Lakeville's there again. And Dixon makes a great save. Eagan getting lazy with the puck there. They just got to pass and move it forward. All right, Grant on the draw. Lakeville has it. Shot, saved by Dixon. Grant gets his guy tied up on the boards. He gets the puck back. He chips it up to Hank. Hank falls down, though. Nice pass, though, over to Rowan. Rowan gets it back, and he just dumps it down into the corner. Grant racing forward. They dump it up into the zone, and Rowan, lucky he didn't get a checking penalty there. Lakeville gets it, dumps it down to the corner. Oliver's going after it. He's got a guy hot on his tail, though. He pushes it up forward. He has it again. He gets it to Grant. Grant tries to get it up to Rowan, but they're unable to do so. Puck's still flying around. Hank's there. And Lakeville has it. Lakeville brings it into the zone. Shoots it right off of Riley. Riley chips it down. She gets her guy tied up behind the net. She does a good job there. Gets it to Colton. Colton's got Will on the side. Will's gets a stick on, so he gets around one guy. Ooh. Big shot right on the goalie. Good save. And it looks like we got a timeout. So we'll be back here, 1:40 left, third period. Lakeville 2, Eagan 1. Coming in with an offensive zone face-off, so I'm going to guess probably at this point they're going to pull the goalie, I would guess. But we'll see what happens. So we'll be back shortly. All right, and we're back, and that is what Eagan's doing. Nate on the bench, bringing in an extra forward. So we got Hank, Jackson, Otto, Will, Colton, and Soren out there. Lakeville wins the draw. They take it up behind the net, chip it way high. Soren steps in, does a good job of keeping it in. Otto has it. He falls down, though. He gets it to Hank. Hank's not able to keep control over it. And Lakeville just chips it down, and that's icing. All right, Jackson steps forward on the draw. 1:22 left in the third period. Jackson gets it to Will. Will takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Jackson gets the draw. He again tries to get it back to Will. Puck gets loose. They're able to get it up out of the zone. Soren's racing back. He's going to get it. So Egan's going to have to regroup here. He gets up, tries to get it up to Otto. Otto's not able to get his handle on it. But Soren does a good job stepping forward. That's going to be offsides. 58 seconds left. Jackson again on the draw. He gets it. Soren brings it into the zone. Otto's there to get his guy tied up, but they get it out. Colton chips it over to Will. And they chip it there to the outside. Lakeville's there. Good job there by Hank. Hank chips it out of the zone. They're going to have to regroup. They just chip it down. And Colton's got it. He gets it up to Jackson. Jackson loses it, though. And Lakeville gets it back. 22 seconds. They got to hurry. Good stick there by Colton. Colton gets it up to Will. Will's going to bring it forward. He just takes a big shot way wide. Jackson races into the corner to get it. 10 seconds. And they chip it up out of the zone, and that's going to finish it. 2 seconds left. He chips it up forward, and that's the end of the game. Well, 2-1. Another loss for Eagan. Pretty even game. Puck luck got us, though, but no, that's hockey. So, all right, well, we will see you tomorrow. I think now we are just playing one game tomorrow now, I believe, and I think it is at 9:30. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.